Vettel will go with the new upgrade in France. What do you think you need to do to take it on a step this weekend?
I think there's just some little fine tunings from a car setup and as well from my driving that I had to kind of change a little bit from driving the upgrade. I mean, it was clear it did bring a relative step forward in performance, which is great. But I think, from my side, there were little things like, okay, maybe I need to drive it a bit more this way, or in a way, I mean, I think Alex has said it is maybe slightly more difficult to drive, but it's quicker, so as a driver, you'll always take something that's quicker, even if it's a bit more uncomfortable, let's say. Just looking to make some steps in that direction. I think, in qualifying, even though the result was bad, I think realistically we should have been in Q2 quite comfortably, so that was optimistic, bringing, let's say, optimism for me. And even in the race, it was the first time I've actually been racing other cars and been the one attacking, which, compared to the previous races, that was not the case. I mean, even in Silverstone, that people will say, but that was a good race. That was really just hanging on really to the DRS train, whereas here I was the one attacking and praying for the DRS train to go away because I wanted to make some progress. So I'm hoping that carries into this weekend and obviously the races after the summer break, and just pick up the momentum I feel I have.
Well, it's so nice to see you fired up. I like that. It's very good. Obviously, you know how to win here at the Hungarian in the junior categories. What are the challenges, though, that you need to face when it comes to this sort of tight and twisty, but also with a little fast bit circuit?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most technically challenging tracks on the calendar. There's obviously not a lot of straights, which makes it quite difficult for the car, the tires, and the driver. And I think specifically in qualifying, it's all about just having a good rhythm. And the one thing with this is because you're from one corner into another corner and you don't really have time to let the car settle. And often if you mess up one corner, you most likely compromise the next string of corners, which is not always the case with other tracks. Often you mess up one corner, you have a straight, you can kind of reset, kind of get the car back settled down. So here it is very important to be, hit all your marks, be smooth and clean, and maybe not 100% in every corner, maybe 99%. And then the race is just about kind of how you manage it. So obviously the goal is qualifying here. It's like a normal circuit of, let's say, a non-street track version of Monaco, very difficult to overtake. So managing your tires and just not making any mistakes.
And a little bit of rain on Saturday. All right, woohoo!
I'm all for it if it rains. I mean, on one hand, I'd be curious to see where we would stack up in a dry qualifying, especially since having the upgrades. But on the one hand, it's not that I would be expecting to get into Q3 if it was dry. So naturally, the rain could provide more opportunities. So I'm probably hoping for that.
Absolutely. And just a final word, obviously Sebastian Vettel announcing his retirement today. Can you sum up what it's been like having him on the grid while you've been in Formula One?
Pretty cool to see, especially in the more, let's say, recent years and let's say the latter years of his career. A lot of the causes he's been, more outspoken on and advocating for, which is great. I mean, he has a huge platform, he has a huge following, and it's great to see a public figure use the platform to speak out on things like that. So I wish him all the best in his retirement and his life after F1, and it's been a joy to share the track with him.
Joe, a little bit tricky in France. How have you moved the car on in only a matter of days to ensure you don't experience the same things here?
Yeah, I mean, France was a difficult one for us to understanding what's went wrong, but we do find a few places that we should, get a fix for this weekend. But again, I think it's a big difference from the track layout, these two race tracks. I think, in terms of our pace, we didn't really change too much. I think it's more like other people did a big step forward the last few races and put us a little bit behind, especially in the racecraft. Both cars was quite struggling. So fingers crossed this weekend, we have a stronger pace.
And you've got some upgrades this weekend as well?
For Valtteri, just one car. So I will get it for Spa. So will be a new floor for him. So fingers crossed that will be fast and I can have it later.
After the summer break, something to look forward to. And then just finally looking back on your first half of the season in F1, what have you learned and how can you change in a way for the second half? Yeah,
I mean, I feel like I learned everything, how to be a good competitive Formula One driver. There's so much things to be learning. I think the first simple part is just driving, learning the car, learning the tracks. But it's more like how to work together with the team and how to move on from there on. That's probably the hard part because, two drivers, the whole factory rely on you. You have to be really efficient and really knowing what's benefit for you. So, all these things, little details, but can make me much better. And I feel like, with, hopefully these few races, we can put everything together.
Sebastian Vettel announced his retirement this morning. You've only been in F1 for a short while, but what's his effect been on you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously being here only racing for the half season, but it's still quite honoured to be finishing his last season together with me. And then, yeah, of course, he made sacrificed a lot for the sports growing up, became better, so wish him all the best. And yeah, I guess he have his other things he wants to do now, and hopefully he can do well in whatever he's doing.
Pierre, difficult weekend obviously at home in France with the upgrade package. I know it's only been a few days, but have you learned some lessons and give you some optimism heading into this weekend?
Yeah, I think we clearly have some good ideas. We had a new package and obviously quite limited amount of time to try different things to fully understand it. So yeah, we got some more ideas to test in FP1 and FP2 here, and we did see some good potential. Now we just need to fully understand how to operate always in that window, and that's what we'll try to do here in Budapest.
And just a word on the news today, Sebastian Vettel's obviously leaving the sport. Been around for a long time, I imagine you've got to know him quite well. Just what's your reaction to it and how much will we miss it?
I will always remember in 2016 when I won my Formula 2 championship. I didn't get promoted straight away to Formula 1, and I wanted to call him to get some advices from his experience with Red Bull, and I expected a 5-minute call because he was in Singapore during his race weekend, and he stayed with me for 1.5 hours during the night in telling me how to behave with Helmut and Christian and approach my approach and mentality with the Red Bull program, and always keep the good work. And he told me he knew already. He said, I'm sure we're gonna see you in the paddock at the time, but it was very kind words and very useful advices at the time, and I'll always be grateful.
Just one word about Sebastian Vettel, not about the driver, but a bit outside of the car, as being you and him before a key member of the GPDA, his impact about the sport outside of the car and outside of his wins and titles, please.
Yeah, he's a inspirational person, and he's the great thing about Sebastian. He's so humble, grounded, but he's also very, very intelligent. He's very switched on about many things, whether it's motorsport, whether it's social issues, climate issues, and I think he goes much beyond just a Formula 1 driver. And his role, I guess, within the GPDA and the meetings that we've had together over the past 18 months, I've been really sort of pleasantly surprised to see how on it he is with all of the subjects that we talk about. And when Sebastian speaks, people listen because he doesn't talk rubbish, let's say. So yeah, he's going to be missed for sure.